Swampscott?
I was trying to push him on the Are you getting it? Let me try to flip it over.
The administration and athletic department for both schools welcome you to today's flag football game between the Marblehead Magicians and the Big Blue Swampscott. Ladies and gentlemen, today's game proceeds are going to be donated to the River Walker Fund in support of our local friend and today's honorary captain, River Walker. He is a small child battling cancer, and proceeds from today's game are going to be going to the family. We would now like to ask that the captains meet at the 50-yard line for the ceremonial franchise. We would also like to ask for River Walker to please come to midfield and toss the ball.
Hello and welcome to Block Stitch Field. Today the Big Blue will host the annual flag football game between the Swampscott Big Blue and the Marblehead Magicians. Last year the Magicians came out on top 21-14 against Swampscott, and the Big Blue will look for redemption this year at home. My name is Paul Varvunas and I'm joined by my co-announcer today, Joey Blood. Joey, we are going to get some much-needed rain here today, but how do you think that's going to affect the game for both sides?
I think it'll definitely make the ball harder to hold and hold on to due to it being all wet and everything, and along with the flags as well, they're definitely going to be harder to pull, and we might see a lot more slip-ups seeing as how the field is now slippery.
As for you who do not know the rules for Powderpuff, we have kickoffs with kicks, but there are no fumbles. If there's a fumble, the play is brain dead right where it is spotted. As we get an opening kickoff, and it's a beautiful kick for the Marblehead, all the way back on their 2-yard line. Puzo's gonna take it herself, and we'll get tackled down by, the flag will get pulled within her own 15-yard line, so that's a good start for Marblehead. Flag was pulled by Maria Bonadurenko, number 55. We have first down and 10 here for Swampscott.
It'll be first and 10 for Swampscott at the 9-yard line.
Looks like the opening quarterback for Swampscott is number 28 for the Big Blue, Angel Agemian. You know that, my apologies, that is going to be Mia Flavin, it looks like. Swampscott taking their time here. Marblehead have been ready for quite some time. That is Flavin at quarterback. Green in motion. Snap, handed off for a jet sweep. Going out left. Running. And the flag is pulled. That is a huge flag by Megan Parkman. That would have been a touchdown for number 23, Molly Bassick. Instead, it'll bring up second down. Talk about a crucial flag here.
I do agree, that was a crucial flag as it had turned the entire play itself around. If that flag was almost gotten even a second later, or tried to get the flag even a second later, she wouldn't have gotten it, and that would have been a touchdown for the Big Blue.
Another fake snap, handed off to the right side. Flag pulled. Marblehead players getting hype. Tons of practice from both sides. Time to show it off here in the rain.
Number 26, Cecilia O'Connor on the carry for Swampscott.
We've seen a couple center snaps at different players trying to switch it up. Flag football is very important to do some trick plays, some jet sweeps, anything to try to trick up the defenders to get that flag gone. Second and 8 here. Some illegal motion, flag thrown right away. Marblehead getting even more hyped. False start against Swampscott is the call. Swampscott struggling in their opening drive. That'll send them back, looks like 5 yards.
This is looking very good for Swampscott. A false start, not even on the third play of the game, is definitely not how you want to start it off.
That's correct, as it's second and looks like 13 after the penalty. And we have cutting out left, And brought down hard. That may be a flag. This is flag football, a hard tackle. Maybe some hard tackles. Marblehead setting the tone early. That'll be 3rd down for the Big Blue. Ball is snapped. Swampscott going out right.
The flag pulled almost immediately means almost no gain on the play, maybe a yard or two. But it seems as if Swampscott's definitely going to have to up their game as they send out their kickoff team.
The Swampscott drive stalls out after the penalty. They'll send out the punt team. In flag football, punts are very important because you send the ball back, but then the receiving team has a chance to bring it home. All it takes is one good spin to trick up the defenders, and you are gone. Interesting formation. They have one center, everyone backed up along with the center. Marblehead trying to prevent the fake won't line up at the 35-yard line. And this drop, they don't call it. Punt is up. Bounce. And it'll be returned by number 44 for Marblehead. Running out left. Flag pulled. Looks like that flag was pulled by Olivia Barletta. Marblehead will start on the Big Blues 35-yard line. Snap taken, play is blown dead. Looks like it's gonna be a false start on Marblehead. And yes, it will be. The quarterback for the Magicians, Sierra Laneberry, number 19. Wanted to get a play off, but it was blown dead. Regrouping Marblehead now. It'll be still 1st down. You don't lose a down there, but you will be pushed back around 5 yards. Snap taken, handed off. Missed flag. You don't want to see that. Spin move and flag is pulled by Samantha Damati. Big Blue getting height. That's a tackle for loss right there. 2nd down for the Magicians. After the initial missed flag, to keep going and was brought down. Marblehead ready to go. Broken huddle. We see Burgoyce in the backfield. Handoff. No, it was a fake. Rolling out left. Quarterback rush. No flag pull. She's still going and will run out of bounds. All about the trick plays in this flag football sport. That'll bring up 3rd and short for the Magicians.
As that was a ton of yard gainage for the Magicians, seeing as how now they are way more ahead than the 18 they were previously at. They're around the 11-yard line now. It's a whole +7.
That'll be 3rd down and 11 for the Magicians. That big tackle for loss at the start of the drive really set the tone. Need the first down here. You could be in 4-down territory with the great field positioning. Snap taken, handed off, rolling out left. Fighting for the first. Flag pulled at the 30-yard line. Flag was pulled by Madeline Goldman. I believe that's going to be short. It will be. 4th down for the Magicians. It'll be 4th and short. The Marblehead offense not going anywhere. Snap taken, handed out to 44, fake handoff. Flag pulled, and it will be short of the first down. Crucial flag by the Big Blue.
Junior Postgame on the carry once again for Marblehead. Stop from
That'll be a turnover on downs. After a little discussion, the Big Blue offense running right out. So there was a flag on the play. It was declined, and that'll give the ball back to the Big Blue. Last drive stalled out, and let's see what the Big Blue can do now with a drive under their belt.
Swampscott now has their second chance to get the ball all the way into the end zone. They're going to be starting it around their own 30-yard line.
Whistle blown. And that'll be a timeout for the Big Blue to regroup for their second drive. Need to put some points on the board as the ball has only been in their territory. They can at least get it out of there. But so far it's 0-0, 5 minutes left of the first quarter. We are back after the timeout. The Big Blue changing some stuff up.
Marblehead has definitely set the tone for this game, being fierce competitors with Swampscott. They've been doing a little bit better so far than Swampscott defensively and offensively wise, but I do believe Swampscott will now be able to step up their game.
You see a high snap taken, rolling out left, flag pulled from behind. So that'll bring up second down for the Big Blue. Just a very high snap. The Big Blue trying to make some trick plays up. Couldn't get anything that time.
The thing about flag football is that you have to be aware of all of your sides, including your back. So if you don't know if someone's behind you or not, you can't determine how far you really will go.
That's very true. You have to be well aware in this sport, as we'll see second down for the Big Blue. Snap taken, rolling out backs, and it's a sack. So we see Madeline Goldman sacked back at around her 25-yard line. Marblehead even getting even more hype. They're setting the momentum here early in Swampscott. We got third down here and long. The Big Blue need to get some sort of pass going. They've been doing some jet sweeps, some handoffs, some trick plays. No pass attempts yet, I've noticed. This could change here on third down. We got 3 people in the backfield with the quarterback. Handoff taking, rolling out left. It's another jet sweep. And will get brought out of bounds. A jet sweep is an interesting call on third and very long.
Number 71, Olivia Barrera on the carry for Swampscott.
As that will actually be a Big Blue first down. Slight confusion up here on the booth with the scoreboard, but it is a first down for the Big Blue.
Correction, that's fourth down to Swampscott.
All right, it is fourth down. That is what we thought originally. Slight confusion with the field counter, but that will be fourth down, and the Big Blue will line up in a punt formation. As referee calls a timeout, and he'll talk to the head coach of the Big Blue. Not sure what the holdup was there. But we are back underway with a Big Blue punt coming out. So we have Cecilia O'Connor on the snap, punt, and it is dropped, and it is multiple players fighting for it. It's going to Marblehead. Very close opportunity for the Big Blue to take the ball back and get another cheeky drive.
As Paula just said, that was a great opportunity for the Big Blue to have a return on the ball, as that would have been insane to see that happen.
We see one of the captains, Hannah Schwartz, breaking out the team. Marblehead in a snap, 1 minute and counting for the first quarter. Still scoreless after 15 minutes. The ball still in the Big Blue territory by about a yard. Hasn't left there yet this game. Snap taken, handoff, and another handoff. It's a trick play, and it got the Big Blue hard. Running out right, spin move, and pulled flag by number 6, Colette Heel.
That was a great run play for Luca Bornhurst, as she had gotten 10, 15 yards maybe up from where they originally were.
.25 seconds left in the first quarter. Big trick play on the double handoff by Swampscott, by Marblehead, excuse me.
I don't think we're gonna have enough time for another play here in the first quarter, as there's only 7 seconds left.
As there is a flag on the field. It looks like that was a flag guard. And that'll eliminate the big play and bring them all the way back at the 45-yard line.
Let's see if they can recreate what had just happened, seeing as how they have another first and 10 scenario.
But they're on their 45-yard. This will be the last play in the first quarter. No, it will not. Referees just realized the clock has hit 0. even more confusion with some of the coaches. And that is the end of the first quarter. Head coach is not too happy with the plays so far. There's a lot of confusion on the field with some incorrect downs marks, some time still running. But that will do it for the first quarter. Still scoreless, 0-0. The Magicians have the ball in their territory. That's the first time it's been there. Joey, what have you seen from this game so far?
I've seen a lot of great plays from both Marblehead and Swampscott, with some great flag pulls from Swampscott and better plays such as the run plays from Marblehead. As it seems as if both teams are pretty neutrally feeling right now, neither overwhelmed or extremely enjoyable, seeing as how Paula just said the score is 0-0. No one is up right now.
As we've seen the ball in Swampscott's territory for the majority of the game, the Big Blue offense has been stalling out. If they want to get a touchdown on the board, they really need to figure this out quick. They have no time to waste.
I suggest that they maybe try to do a pass play now, seeing as how most of their runs haven't really got them much.
As we have not seen a true pass attempt yet out of the Big Blue. Very run-heavy game, but even on third down and very long, no passing is a very interesting idea, but let's see if that will work out for the coaches down the stretch. Referee already blows his whistle, not even a second into the second quarter. And referee signals that they switch sides after every quarter. That is what we're seeing now. So the teams have switched sides, and hopefully now we can get a play going in the second quarter. Snap taken, it's an HB toss. Flag missed by Schwartz, still running, trying to bulldoze through everybody, and is brought down. Swampscott getting into it. As we see number 8, Rachel DeLisa, trying to bulldoze through multiple defenders. The Big Blue have none of that and bring her down.
That was a great play from Marblehead, as the play was chosen specifically to get through the line of scrimmage.
As we see second down now for Marblehead. And it's an HB toss over to the right side. She's running. Can a flag get pulled? Chasing her down. No one gets the flag. She is gone. That is Luca Bornhorst on the massive touchdown play for Marblehead. That's all you need in flag football. Just a little trick play. Get past everyone. No one can chase her flag down, and she is gone.
Sorry, Paul, for cutting you off. That was an amazing play there from Luca Bornhorst, as she had gone a whole 50 yards, I do believe, down the field to score the very first touchdown of the game.
That's a tough look for the Big Blue, but they have to keep going. So PATs are a factor in this. In some of the younger grades, there are no kicks, and you just go for 1, 2, or 3, and it's based on yardage. And in this game, you see a kick; it will be uncontested, actually. As you see the kicker, number 24, Lanny Gilmore, stepping up for the kick. Kick is up. It is good. That'll make it 7-0 for Marblehead.
An uncontested kick is definitely a weird way to go at it, but it did allow her to get that field goal.
the kick was up and good. Definitely interesting for an uncontested kick, but I'm not sure how else it could have been if it was uncontested in flag football. But now the Big Blue will get a much-needed offensive drive. They need to get some points on the board. They've been stalled out twice already in this game. A kick return could potentially tie up the game for the Big Blue. Even more confusion on the field. They need to switch sides again. I'm not sure how that happened, but kick is getting ready to be taken, and it is up. Didn't get all of that as it hit a lateral play and fumbled. Play is blown dead at around their 35-yard line. You saw the kicker missed the kick a little bit and kicked the cone that held up the ball. It was a little short because of that. The Big Blue couldn't catch it. Try to get a little lateral play and switch it up, try and trick Marblehead up, but couldn't get anywhere as they will start on their 39-yard line. Marblehead defense ready. Swampscott breaks the huddle. That is Madeline Goldman at quarterback, looking to be in a shotgun formation. Motion. Snap is high. A little confusion. It's a handoff. No one's there running. Flag thrown, 2 flags thrown. And some arguing on the field now.
As that was a very confusing play as the snap went way too high, not even going to the intended target. As that person was very confused, they had to decide what they do, so they started fake running the ball, and it turned into a great improv from them as they had switched it into a fake.
The play looks like it will be eliminated as it looks to be a holding call. Maybe a jersey was grabbed onto a little too long for the Big Blue. We see Goldman running out again to lead the team. They are getting sent back looks like that's 5 yards, and they'll back up even more to break the snap. 13.5 minutes left in the first half. 7-0 is your score. Marblehead got the big play that got the touchdown for them. Motion, it goes to number 4 for the Big Blue. Spin move and flag is pulled right at the 28-yard line.
As the snap was almost a little too high, we were able to see Puzo catch it.
Definitely some shaky snaps, because any one of those if those snaps are dropped, the play is blown dead right where it is. That'll be a loss of down and a huge loss of yards as well. 2nd and 18 is the call for the Big Blue. Let's see now if we see the first pass play out of the Big Blue. Huddle broken, everyone is ready to go. Another shotgun formation. You have a running 2 people in the backfield. Motion, switching sides, low snap. Running outside is Goldman. Goldman's running, no flag. Yes, flag is pulled all the way back at the 30-yard line.
At this point, Swampscott's going to have to come up with some new plays or switch up the ones that they have because Marblehead is reading them like a book.
Marblehead is reading them perfectly. Every flag has been thrown. Referees are having a little discussion on the left side of your screen. We can't see that so well. Flag is thrown. It's a late flag. I think I overheard the referee saying you can't have 2 players in motion. So that's another play off the playbook that they cannot run. They almost got away with it. As it looks like it was actually a canceling flag as both sides were doing some illegal motion. Very confusing call, but the Big Blue looks to run in the same formation. Snap, it'll be taken. Rolling out left, no flag yet, still running. Spin move. And ball is forced out. And play will be blown dead right there. I think that'll be 4th down. As the ball was taken by Yanilis Pizarro.
If the center could maybe make the snaps maybe a little lower, might make it a little easier to get a running start and keep the same pace and momentum that you were already at.
As it is 3rd down here. I thought it was 4th down. The Big Blue look to regroup. So it looks to be 4th down for the Big Blue. Another confusion. Punt team runs out for the Big Blue. We've already seen 3 punt. This will be their 3rd punt of the game. As they look to get it out of their territory. Referee blows his whistle again. And we'll see a punt. Or actually, the Marblehead already got the ball back, and double flag was pulled. Both flags were pulled by, looks to be number 55, Lucia Alvarado. I don't know how that happened, but both flags were pulled. That'll be a massive loss for Marblehead.
That is the first time we've seen that this game where both flags have been pulled, and every other time it's just been 1 flag.
Definitely a risky strategy, but it worked out, and it was very cool to see. But now it will be 2nd and 15, it looks like. Scoreboard doesn't look entirely correct, but it is 2nd down regardless for Marblehead. Snap taken, running is Marblehead. Not sure where the ball is, and it looks like I found it. You see a hard hit. This game is getting very aggressive here in Swampscott.
As the players from both Swampscott and Marblehead showed some good sportsmanship when it came to one player.
As we'll take a little intermission and we'll catch you back after the break. Whistle blown. Looks like we are back underway. It should be third down with 8 minutes and counting. Let's see what they do on third down here. It's third and long. And play is blown dead right away. False start on Marblehead. That'll send them back another 5 yards. Just to make that third down even harder. That'll bring them back at the 40-yard line.
As they're now, I do believe, 3rd and 20. It's going to be extremely hard for them to make it to the first down without having a turnover or a punt.
Let's see what Marblehead do here. We could see the first pass play on, or they could play it safe and just take the punt. Either one works. No reason to take any big chances when you're up 7-0. As we see a handoff, missed flag, and brought down. Swampscott getting hyped up. As we'll surely see a punt here out of Marblehead to give the Big Blue the ball back. They're down 7-0.
As Brinley Callahan did run the ball and seemed to end up on the ground, her flag was still initially pulled, so there was nothing there.
Swampscott did start the ball in the first half. They need to score a touchdown in this last drive, assuming they get the ball back and nothing crazy happens. Points are a must here if you're Swampscott. Let's see what happens on the punt return. Punt taken, it's handed off, and kick is up, caught. Here goes Swampscott. Rolling out left, flag was pulled. As we see, that was number 4, Chloe Puzo,
As that
on
was
the punt return.
Sorry there, Paul. As that was a great flag pull from Avery Black. She did it quickly as 2 of her other teammates had missed the flag pull on Puzo.
Let's see what happens here for the Big Blue on this drive. As we haven't seen anything out of the offense yet.
It seems Maisie Russo is trying to get her team to be extremely well spirited by hyping them up even when going onto the field.
Let's see who we have at center here. We've seen a lot of high and low snaps this game from the Big Blue. A little inconsistency. That could be intentional to try and get a fake snap going, but it's definitely given a play away to Marblehead. You see another high snap, handed off, going inside the gap, and flag was pulled. That was Puzo on the carry. Flag was pulled back at around the 28-yard line. That's the second time this game we've seen Swampscott looking like they were home for a touchdown, but flag was pulled from behind. So we have 4.5 minutes and counting left of the first half. 7-0 is your score.
We still have yet to see a pass play from either side during this entire first half.
So we see a timeout called. No passes yet, but I guess that is a strategy from both sides not to force any crazy turnovers. But let's see what the Big Blue can draw up here. They need a good drive to end it. So we'll catch you right back after the timeout. We are back after the timeout. We have a second down for Swampscott. As you see someone jump, flag thrown immediately, Swampscott getting hyped. That's a great first step. As we saw someone jump off sides from Marblehead. The hard count got them there, as that'll bring up that'll bring up second down and short now. No, it was actually against Swampscott. A little confusion there. As we saw Swampscott celebrating as if they had forced the jump. Looks like someone on their own did as well. See what they can do here on second down. Snap taken, handed off, blocks made, and flag was pulled for another massive loss. Swampscott cannot get anything going on offense. So we see now third and looks to be around 18 yards.
If Swampscott has any new plays to try out that they haven't done yet, this would be the time to try them.
A little experiment here with the first half winding down. So we did remember the last year's game was 21-14, so they're not very high scoring. But Marblehead have already gotten a third of their points they got last time, when Swampscott have been unable to get anything going on offense. Snap taken, it's another handoff. Spin move, flag was thrown, flag was pulled, and that'll be fourth down for Swampscott. So another drive stalls out because of some massive losses. Marblehead looks to get another touchdown to make it to double their lead heading into halftime, and they get the ball at half. So let's see if they can take advantage of that. The Big Blue do elect to punt here deep in their own territory.
Also, please check out the live action table in the corner of the stadium near the food concession stand.
And kick is up, caught. It'll be in Swampscott's territory. And flag is pulled. Two flags are pulled. Looks like the initial flag was pulled by Morgan Bilodeau.
That was a good run there from Carter Sullivan from Marblehead, as she was able to get somewhere to start for her and her team.
Swampscott trying to huddle up. They need a stop here. We have a first down for Marblehead. And flag thrown again. Delay of game against the Magicians, looks like. Referee having a word. That'll push him back 5 yards. Clock is stopped at 1:46.
First one, 15 at the 42-yard line.
Snap taken. It's another double handoff. This worked last time, and it will work again. It's a big gain. No flag pulled, and she is gone. The double handoff works for a second time, and that will make the score 13-0. That was worst case scenario for the Big Blue, to stall out on offense, give the Magicians back the ball, and let them score a touchdown on the second play after the initial delay of game.
Speaking of second times, that is going to be the second touchdown for Luca Bornhurst. That was another great play. Same exact play. It looked like running along the sideline, specifically on the right side to get that touchdown.
As it looks like maybe a
2-point conversion here.
and flags thrown, and there's a lot of confusion going up on the booth.
It's hard to tell what exactly is going on and what the flag specifically was. But I think it might have been a false start.
It looks like it was a false start. We're not too sure if the touchdown didn't count. Maybe she stepped out of bounds. That may have been the call. As that was not a touchdown. She stepped out of bounds. We just got word. That'll bring the score back down to 7-0. Swampscott have a chance. Flag pulled back at the 20-yard line. Swampscott getting hyped. They need another stop. As the double handoff was a big gain. No touchdown. 7-0 is your official score of 1:30 left.
That was a great flag pull by Lucia Alvarado. Marblehead was not able to get anywhere up on the field.
Lucia Alvarado on the stop for Swampscott.
Let's see what Marblehead draw up here. It looks to be 2nd and long. Snap taken, going inside. 2 flags pulled again. Swampscott getting hyped to get one last stop. This will definitely keep them in the game.
Number 7, James Trinidad on the flag for Marblehead. Timeout, Marblehead.
We have 55 seconds left. Clock is stopped. Marblehead will look to regroup, try to get a score here, get the ball back, and go up 3 scores. That would be the dream situation for Marblehead. See a bunch of new substitutions being made. Let's see what Marblehead does here. Swampscott trying to hype up the fans. It is very packed here in Bloxage Field. As we see a flag pulled for a huge loss. That'll make it 4th down for Marblehead.
Swampscott's doing extremely good, but Marblehead's worst nightmare breaks through the line. Yet again, Lucia Alvarez with another flag pull.
4th.
My bad, Alvarado.
So that'll make it 4th down and 13 to go. Swampscott, after letting up the big play, have stepped it up here. They need one more stop. Clock is rolling. We got 4th down for Marblehead. They could go for a field goal here if they believe they're in field goal territory. Looks like they aren't. Shotgun formation. Snap taken, another double handoff, wide open lane. Swampscott fell for it. On 4th down, Marblehead take it home. The 3rd time they ran a double handoff. It's gotten Swampscott every single time.
As that was Sorry, my bad, Paul. Now it is finally true. Luca Bornhurst now has her second touchdown of the game.
That is a nightmare for Swampscott. They got lucky to stop him on the first time, and now they scored anyway. It was 4th down. The defense was looking great, but the double handoff got them again. Now heading into halftime, what do Swampscott do differently here? Because nothing has seemed to work yet.
Maybe during halftime they'll think of a new plan or some new plays to try.
Could switch it up. They've been trying to take advantage of the flag football system with double handoffs. Maybe you switch to a more like offensive, tactile sort of attack, and you just try to get some pass plays going, drive down the field. Because we haven't, Swampscott's offense has not have gotten, if any, very few first down. As you see, the kick is up and good. That'll make it 14-0. Maybe if you're Swampscott, you need to get the ball down the field. You have not even gotten the ball within their red zone, in their 30-yard line. And Marblehead have just been driving down with the double handoff like it's no one's business. 40 seconds here if Swampscott want to go a little aggressive to end the first half. So the Marblehead fans have completely taken over. It is quiet here from the Swampscott fan section.
Just one more touchdown from Marblehead will make it the exact amount of points that they had last year, being 21. That is going to, when I say touchdown, I am including the PAT.
As the kicker is 2 for 2, so you could include it as they've all been very good. Straight down the center. Let's see if Swampscott can get a little miracle here to end the half. They need something. And ball is picked up. Rolling out right and brought down. No flag pulled. It was an actual tackle. But we will have 40 seconds left in the second quarter. A first down on their, looks around to be on their 35-yard line. I believe Swampscott have 1 or 2 timeouts left. They have used one. Not sure if the other timeout was called for them. Also depends if they only get 2 timeouts per half or 3. Swampscott trying to group together. Let's see what they run here. Let's see what they can draw up out of this huddle. So we have 34 seconds is the correct amount of time left in the first half. We got an interesting formation. Quarterback tries to take it herself. And flag thrown already. False start on Swampscott, shuts the play right down. That is the 3rd or 4th time that the Big Blue have tried to run a play and it got shut down immediately.
Seems as if that QB scramble might have actually been very good for Swampscott, as Madeline Goldman was able to get to a place where no one on Marblehead knew she was there yet, as only one other player was in front of her.
A good look for Swampscott, trying to get a little practice play going. They lost 3 seconds on that play. Snap taken, handoff. It's a double handoff. They're trying to copy Marblehead. Broken tackle. She's running. She's got a few people to beat. Still running. All the way down. And the flag is pulled at their 20-yard line. Timeout if you're Swampscott.
That was an amazing run play by Yenny Ellis Pizarro.
Do Swampscott have a timeout? Clock is stopped. I believe they do.
The flag was pulled by Lanny Gilmore. That was just an amazing play for Swampscott. They might actually be able to score the first touchdown here unless they call it off.
Timeout Swampscott. That is either their second or last one. The players are a little frustrated. They wanted to run another play. They're fired up. The double handoff has really set the tone for this game. I cannot believe that. She got Marblehead defense is ready. 30 seconds left. This is the first time Swampscott had a big play like that, and they're in Marblehead's red zone. They need this as Marblehead get the ball at half. Fans moving down to the right side to root on their team. Another interesting formation for Swampscott. Snap taken. It'll be Goldman herself running out right, and flag pulled. Not much time left. I don't know why the clock is stopped, but we don't really know what's going on. Swampscott trying to pick it up. No huddle. Clock is running, says the referee. 30 seconds and counting. Second down here for Swampscott. Let's see what they can draw up.
Final 20 seconds of the first half.
Same play. Goldman taking the gap. Going through, flag pulled, not much time left, 13 seconds. You need a pass here. You don't have time to run the ball. Swamps have to pick up the pace, 6 seconds, 5, 4. Clock stopped, not sure why, it might have been a timeout. 5, 4, 3, they need to run it, 2, 1. They take it, they say no play. Marblehead hold on at the end of the drive.
As a pass there would have been the most efficient thing there at the end, as it could have guaranteed a touchdown on that final play they had. But instead they went for a similar play to the previous one, the exact same one where Madeline Goldman had run the ball.
Not sure what the call was there by the coaches. You got 15 seconds. You have no time to run the ball. That Marblehead I had a tough look for Swampscott after getting one big play, showing some hope, but then it just gets shut down after another run play. But the score is 14-0. That'll do it for the first half. We'll catch you after the halftime intermission.
You can come to the tent where the building is set up to the correct building. Ladies and gentlemen, check your pockets, please. We have found a car key. If you're missing your car keys, please come up to the press box and claim your car key.
waiting game. Like, what's the temperature out there today? Yeah, thanks. Hey, thanks for hosting last night. Thanks.
Welcome back after halftime. Hopefully some of you who were here maybe visited the snack shack and got some hot chocolate to warm yourself up, or some food if you were hungry. But for those of you at home, hopefully you did something similar, getting a snack while you were gone, or maybe even just getting the hot chocolate exactly the same. We're going to be getting right back into this game with the current score being 14-0, the Marblehead Magicians. We're going to be starting it off with a punt from Swampscott.
This was the downside for Swampscott starting with the ball early. They haven't been doing great on offense. Defense has been struggling too. Marblehead set the tone, and they get the ball at half because they let up the touchdown with 30 seconds left. Swampscott could have responded quickly to keep themselves in the game, but then ran the ball with 13 seconds left instead of a spike or pass to stop that clock. But with all those small mistakes adding up with all these flags as well, Swampscott has just not looked like themselves tonight. Maybe that'll change after half, as the Big Blue varsity football team always do better in the second half after a little halftime pep talk. Let's see if that's the case here today.
As immediately it's going to be a catch from the kickoff. We're going to be seeing Ava Machado run down the line. She's going. She's gone. There's no one going after her. That's going to be a touchdown for Marblehead. Ava Machado's first touchdown of the game. No one coming close to her during that whole time. There were many opportunities in which some people could have cut her off, but it seems as if it wasn't there. The opportunity wasn't there, and that is going to make the current score 20-0 for Marblehead.
Marblehead just able to keep the momentum going. It's just been all magician ball here. Swampscott struggling defensively, offensively. They need to get something going. They could have had the chance at the end of the first half, but unable to. To see the kick is up. It is good for the third time. 21-0. They matched their score with only 40 seconds into the third quarter, and they've already matched their score from last year. Just a completely different game compared to the last year. But let's see what happens now with the Big Blues starting with the ball now.
Yet again, as Paul had said, it went in for the third time. This time Lanny Gilmore had done it. It seems as if the teams are going to be coming out right back now, as we're going to be seeing the kickoff team for Marblehead make their way out, but it's going to take Swampscott a little bit more time, as now they're just going to be coming out.
Let's see if Swampscott can replicate the success of Marblehead on the last kickoff. They really need to have any chance. Do or die now if you're Swampscott.
As Marblehead has now matched their previous scores from last year, they will probably, based on the current way this game is going, they will probably be able to make it higher, possibly even seeing 28 as their new high. As Paige Fletcher begins the kickoff, the ball is up and it's going to not be caught. It's going to be bounced off the foot of a player. Puzo's taking the ball. Chloe Puzo doesn't make it that far up, but she was held multiple times before getting her flag taken off of her.
Decent return here if you're Swampscott. Let's see what the offense can do. I think you need to switch up the tactics completely. They've been trying to do a bunch of just trick plays, some moving around, some double handoffs. I think you just need to go and switch it up completely and go into a more realistic football scenario. Get some passes going, try to get down the field a little bit. But that all depends on the ability of what Goldman can do at the quarterback position.
I'm going to agree with you there, Paul, as the things you would normally see as unexpected are now expected from Swampscott. Marblehead's able to read them, but if they were to go with something more standard, like a simple pass, it would completely throw them off guard.
We've seen this formation multiple times out of the Big Blue.
dropped the ball. The play is over. They're going to be moving back now. It's probably going to be around 2nd and 15, sorry.
The ball is blown dead because of the drop. Yes, the handoffs have just been a complete disaster this game if you're Swampscott. But if they just keep running, let's see what happens. But that is a huge loss. That'll be up 2nd and very long for Swampscott.
Seems as if 2nd and 16, I'm going to say. The scoreboard will be able to, 2nd and 17, it seems, for Swampscott. As the ball is yet again hiked, they're going to be running it right. Chloe Puzo gets past multiple players, makes her way up, and finally goes out of bounds after 20 yards of running. It almost looked, someone had her flag earlier on. I don't remember the player specifically, but someone had her flag. But because it was so slippery due to the rain, I do believe she wasn't able to pull it off.
They couldn't hold on the flagpole. Puzo takes advantage, gets a good gain for Swampscott. It is still, I believe, 3rd down. They may have gotten the first, but the Big Blue are celebrating after that play, after a 10-yard gain, which we have seen multiple times out of Marblehead. But they need to just keep their heads down, cut out all the distractions, save some time on the board, just run play after play after play. There's no time to be wasting it for Swampscott.
Then they come back to the line after a much-needed little pep talk there. Probably hyping themselves up, seeing as how they just got a pretty decent play, a pretty good play. It's going to be a fake, as it's going to be along the left side. It's working, and she's going her way up, but she falls.
Flag thrown.
That is going to be Cecilia O'Connor.
Flag. Big Blue have gotten a few big gains taken away by flags. Let's see if this is any different.
As Cece O'Connor was able to make her way up the line pretty far, actually, for Swampscott, almost securing them a 1st down. It was unfortunate that she fell over.
Roughing the passer on the Magicians is the call. Because that's what it looked like if it was a NFL referee signal. It may have been a little different in flag football, but I believe it will go against the Magicians regardless, and it looks to be a 15-yard penalty. The Big Blue have gotten down the field just like that. Let's see what they can run here. They just got here at the end of the 1st half. Didn't get anything out of it with time running out before they got another playoff. So now they are in the red zone. Let's see, they've been driving down the field with no real issues. Let's see what they can do here on 1st down.
Swampscott here trying to attempt what they did last game, as it's going to be a false start. False start is great for Swampscott as they're going to move up. That was Talia Tanger.
No real way to know who it's on.
It was on Swampscott.
Against Swampscott. It always looks like it goes against the Marblehead, or whoever didn't do it, because they jumped. But that little bit of jumping from Swampscott causes that player to jump, which makes the penalty against the Big Blue. And we've seen this before. They drive down the field, flag thrown, push them back around 5 yards, and they just stall out completely. Let's hope that is not the case here this time.
This is not good for Swampscott, because at this point they're making one too many mistakes.
Referee having a few words with some of the Magicians players. Waving their flag, not sure what that's called. Maybe the flag didn't count. I believe they took away the flag. We have a 3-man backfield.
As it's going to be a run to the right side of the field. She's going to run into another player. That was a run play from number 26 yet again, Cece O'Connor. Great play that had gotten them to about the 2nd and 8th.
As I did notice on that handoff, the quarterback Goldman was wide open on the left side. They could try to run if any of the coaches on the field noticed that. they could try to run a little run play, run back, and like a QB throw, like a little Philly special in a way. But let's see what they like to do here. We've only seen run plays out of both sides, so let's see what happens next with a little under 10 minutes left in the third quarter.
As it's going to be a false start on Swampscott.
Flag on the play. And far side against the Big Blue.
That'll send them back 5 yards. Bad play for Swampscott. Clock still running. This time they had no running backs in the backfield. Maybe looks to be just a QB outside draw or something like that. But now they'll huddle up and let's see what they can do here. It looks to be 3rd down.
As Swampscott yet again with a false start, not even in the same drive too. It's not very good on Swampscott. As it's going to be a run to the right. Flag stripped away immediately as she had broken through the line of scrimmage. Many players aggravated.
That was a clear tackle, no penalty by the referee. That is not the first time we've seen Marblehead go for just a straight up tackle. They got away with it, really setting the tone on Swampscott, saying that this is their game to win.
Hopefully this will be enough to fuel Swampscott's determination to get a touchdown here. Seeing as how they are being quote unquote mistreated as it seems. As Paul did say, it was clearly a tackle, then the flag pull, but the refs did nothing about that.
Not the first time this game, but it is 4th down. Looks like Swampscott are going for it. Down 21, they need a miracle. 4th and long. Let's see what they elect to do here.
Yeah. Ball's taken for another run, this time to the left.
Running for life.
Getting through many players.
Multiple flags thrown. That's a face mask.
As that will not be a touchdown since the flag was pulled earlier. That was a great run from Yenny Ellis Pizarro.
That looked to be a very dirty tackle attempt. Multiple flags thrown at an instant.
Thing is, if this is against Marblehead, will they or will they not accept the flag?
Maybe an additional to the big play for Swampscott. Let's see what the referee signals here.
It's going to be a holding play. Sorry, it's going to be a holding offense.
Fans finally happy. The referees have thrown a flag. So we see the ball is now on their 5-yard line.
The Big Blue so close to the goal here. Let's see if they're going to be able to score this touchdown within the coming 3 or 4 plays.
Much needed here for Swampscott.
I do believe if they can't get it here, they're going to eventually be able to go for a PAT or a field goal if they do not get it.
3 scores running out right.
Puzo's here. She doesn't get it. She gets the flag pulled.
Touchdown
That is a
called
touchdown!
by the referee.
Touchdown called by the referee. Puzo scored a touchdown. Many players from Marblehead are disagreeing, but the refs do not care.
We saw the trifecta on that play. Flag thrown, hit hard on the ground, and reaching into the end zone. Referee picks the best one if you're Swampscott. Into the end zone. Flags thrown. Swampscott are celebrating, but they are still down 2 scores. That is one of the many first steps if you're Swampscott. Just the opening touchdown. Now you need to stop if you're defense. Then you need to go back onto the field on offense and keep the momentum going. And then you even have a chance.
Marblehead, even though still up or with a score of 21, are being extremely salty towards the refs and showing how bad they do not want Swampscott to get any points. Seeing as how they were literally arguing with the refs in a circle just mere seconds ago. Swampscott's going to be able to go for a PAT here to get the score to be, instead of 6 to 7.
This is needed here if you're Swampscott. No one on the Marblehead side are happy about that call. We even saw the coach walk onto the field and give the referees a piece of their mind.
Marblehead is being extremely salty.
Still up 2 scores if you're Marblehead. Work to do for Swampscott, and Marblehead have a drive they need to score on. Still only up 2 scores. Let's see what happens. But Swampscott have definitely shown life here in the second half.
The coaches are extremely aggravated, practically yelling at the refs from the sideline, trying to tell them how to do their job.
Penalty is going to be enforced on the point after. Swampscott will attempt the point after from the 20-yard line.
Seems as if they're going to be back at it again.
Flag on the play.
There's going to be a flag on the play. I have no clue what is going on right now.
That's a false start against Swampscott.
It's going to be a false start against Swampscott.
It's very confusing. We're trying to figure out. We still see 6 on the scoreboard if you're for the big blue.
So then we know exactly that the touchdown that they had scored was not canceled. But I don't know why they wouldn't have gone for the PAT.
Swampscott offense still on the field.
Swampscott, feeling the pressure, is not doing so good now.
Wanted a double handoff, it didn't work that time, so it was dropped.
They're going to be coming off the field yet again.
Very interesting dilemma. Not sure what happened up here in the booth, but it is 6 to 21. That is the score. I'm guessing that they didn't get the conversion, which is an interesting call, not taking the PAT to just try to dwindle the score down as much as you can. But the Magicians will get the ball back. They are mad. They are furious about that last call. Let's see how that affects them in this drive.
Here comes the punt. Madeline Goldman getting ready. The punt is over. It goes past all the players. It's a deep Deep punt.
And will be picked up at their 5-yard line.
Sophie
Diving
Robinson's
punt.
taking it. Oh,
Flag
that
thrown. for
flag
that
thrown.
play right
Clear
away.
flag thrown.
Fans not happy about that. This is flag football, and that was a big hit by Marblehead.
One of the players had completely rammed themselves into another to knock them out of the way. Marblehead is extremely irate right now.
Defense onto the field.
I understand why Marblehead would be mad, but I don't think they should be taking it out on the players. As Marblehead's going to get pushed way back.
They'll be starting within their own 10-yard line.
That's not the best place you want to start.
That is one of the worst places you can really start if you're Marblehead. Let's see how the Big Blue defense can answer. They need a stop here. So they're fighting. They've shown some promise that they can fight for a comeback. 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Let's see what happens.
As the flag is pulled almost basically immediately. And the ball was run by number 5.
Looks like the flag was pulled by number 55 for the Big Blue. Lucia Alvarado having herself a game, fighting for the Big Blue. That will be a tackle for loss. Even closer to their own end zone now are Marblehead. Let's see if they even get a safety here. If they do, give the Big Blue 2 points and the ball. That would be vital to keep their momentum going.
Number 5, Ava Machado, had run the ball, but Lucia Alvarado was just there, stopping her completely.
Lateral play. Flag pulled. Is that in the end zone?
It looks like it's in the end zone to me.
The coaches for Swampscott don't look happy.
It is not. It's going to just be on the 1-yard line.
This has been a very controversial game. The coaches, the players, they want the fans screaming. They need a stop here. Third and long. Even a punt here would be very difficult. Let's see what happens on 3rd down.
It is 3rd and 18. I don't think Marblehead will be able to get out of this.
Defense chance going. Let's see.
As Swampscott has taken a page out of
Flags pulled right away.
yet again by Lucia Alvarado. As punt return is going to be coming out.
No safety, but great defense to the Big Blue. Time winding down in the 3rd quarter. A punt will be difficult from this. Let's see how they do it. It may have to be out of their own end zone. But the Big Blue defense does their job in fighting for a comeback. Score is 21-6. Let's see what the Big Blue do if they get the ball back.
And the ball is up. It's going to be picked up by number 51, Grace Coate. Flag pulled almost immediately.
So it's going to be down at the 35-yard line. Great territory for Swampscott after holding them off on their 1-yard line. They get a touchdown here. Let's see what happens. Goldman leading the team out at the quarterback position. Time is of the essence if you're Swampscott here.
That is correct. they do have the ability to get another touchdown here, and since they have 6 instead of 7, they might go for a 2-point conversion.
They will need to if they want any chance of tying up the game. Or they could go for 1 and try to get a touchdown and then go for 2. Lots of options here, but the first step of this whole drive is to get into the end zone.
These players line up trying to figure out something.
Looks like they're 1 player short. A little audible.
They're going to be able to figure it out, though. This whistle's blown, most likely delay of game.
Lots of confusion. They call a timeout. That may come back to bite them.
As he just did call a timeout, as Paul had mentioned, the score is 21-6. We'll be right back. As the players now come back onto the field after the short timeout. The crowd, some of the crowd at least, is getting hyped. And it's going to be a run play. Flag almost pulled, missed. Flag now pulled. That was a run play from Leora Rogozin. It's not the best for Swampscott there. They could definitely have done better.
2nd and 6 for the Big Blue.
But they're going to huddle up and figure out another one. Players take their positions. It's going to be a run. Flag almost stripped away immediately, makes her way. That's going to be a 0-yard gain, I do believe.
Bring up 3rd down. I don't know what's going on for Marblehead, but they're missing on big flags that can make some big losses. Swampscott getting a little lucky and taking advantage. We got 3rd and short here for Swampscott.
With just a few seconds left in the 3rd quarter, they're not going to have enough time to make another play during the 3rd quarter, so they're going to do their next during the 4th.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter, ladies and gentlemen. In the score, Marblehead 21, Big Blue 6.
As the final score for the 3rd quarter is 21-6 Marblehead. We'll be right back. And we're back after that really short intermission. They switch sides yet again for the final quarter of this game, the final 15 minutes. Ball's been hiked. It's going to be a run to the right by Puzo. Flag pulled immediately, and it's going to be a loss of yards.
Swampscott have to switch it. That's the first time they got a flag pulled for loss out of that drive. But they've gotten closer and closer. It's 4th down now, but I don't agree. They're just running the same play again and again and hoping it works. But not sure how good of an approach that will be for Swampscott.
As it's going to be 4th and 10, losing 6 yards on the carry. That does not look good for Swampscott. And I do think it is crazy that they are going for it right here.
I mean, there's not much other they could do. A punt would go too far. A field goal is too far to kick it from. And I guess the only other choice is to go for it, because even if they don't get it, they don't have awful territory, but they really need something out of this drive. They don't have much time left. It's not looking good.
Maybe a pass play would be the best thing to do here, but it seems as if based on their formation, it's just going to be another run.
The double handoff. It's worked this game, both sides.
As it worked, I do believe that's going to be a 1st down for the Big Blue. Excellent run play there. There's going to be a confirmed 1st down for the Big Blue.
Jenny Ellis Pizarro having herself a great game at the running back position, getting a bunch of crucial double handoff 1st downs, as that has really set the tempo for both offenses.
As they're going to line up yet again in quite a different formation.
No running back in the backfield.
It's going to be a QB scramble. And she's going to make it to the 1 or 2 yard line.
Not sure if this is a thing in flag football, but could we see a QB sneak here?
A QB sneak could guarantee a touchdown based on how close they are.
It'll be 2nd down. They need it. They need to keep fighting. That'll be step 2. Stop them and score. Now that it'll be the hardest step at the end. Little time. Let's see what happens.
Swampscott has had a great recovery, seeing as how they haven't allowed Marblehead to score or you get close to their goal. What would you call it, Paul?
That would be
the end zone. Okay. They haven't allowed Marblehead to get close to their end zone at all since the last scored touchdown.
It is the QB sneak.
The QB scramble had worked as it was a trick play. A flag was pulled, but let's see what the refs think about it.
I think they're going to signal her just short.
It was signaled just short. They are 1 yard away.
3rd down. They have 3 yards to go.
If they do the exact same play they just did there, a touchdown is practically guaranteed.
Pushing her in.
And it's a touchdown confirmed. Touchdown made by number 26. That is going to be Cece O'Connor. It's a great touchdown, her first one of the game. And it's going to make the score 12 for Swampscott.
It's not over if you're Swampscott. There's still lots of work to do. But as I did mention earlier, this is what Swampscott has done this year. They have a tough first half, struggling offensively. Second half, they look like an entirely new team. It is a 9-point game now. And if they could go for 1 here to bring it down to a single score, they could go for glory and go for 2 here. All the momentum has been to Swampscott this side. They need 1 more stop to get the ball back and 1 more score. They've done it already. Can they do it again?
As Paul had just said, most of the times during these games, they become the underdogs, and then they come out and approach something new and begin to show us how good they really can be. As I do believe, here comes the 2-point conversion. Let's see if it'll work. If it doesn't, this is going to be extremely fatal for Swampscott.
And it's dropped.
Quite a horrible way to do that.
I'll keep it to a 2-score game. I would say that they went from a 40% chance to win down to a 20. Let's see how that affects it.
I would say it affects it pretty greatly. Losing 20% of chance is pretty bad.
After one play, it's still 2 scores. No, that was a rough play.
The only way that Swampscott could really get ahead yet again here is if they somehow punt it all the way into Marblehead's end zone and then get a safety off of that.
They could also go for a field goal because their kicker has not actually touched the field besides the opening kickoffs, but I believe it is a different kicker on the kickoff specialist and the PAT taker. So let's see what happens.
As they're going to go back out there on defense. Sorry, not defense, I meant kickoff. Going to line up yet again, Madeline Goldman. An onside kick almost as it looks. It's just a short kick in general. As the ball isn't going to be picked up but jumped on instead. And we're going to be seeing both the offensive from Marblehead and the defensive from Swampscott come out now.
It'll be first and 10 for Marblehead at the 36-yard line.
As they're huddled, they're going to think of a play. They're going to get ready to act on it. As it's a running play to the left side of the field. Flag taken immediately. That was a great play there. Getting through the line. I don't specifically know who pulled the flag, but it might have been either, I think it was one of the 20s that pulled the flag. I think it might have been CC O'Connor who had pulled that flag.
Let's see what the referee's flag is. It will go against the Magicians. Looks like it'll send them about 5 yards. Nope, still going. Looks like it'll be 10. Still going. Looks like it'll be a 15-yard penalty. Drop snapped immediately. Mistake after mistake is costing the Magicians big time.
Too many mistakes here from the Magicians. Swampscott's eased up on theirs. They've turned their mistakes into perfections. As they're getting ready to start.
Second down and 20.
There's going to be a run to the right. Flag is going to get missed. And they're going to go out of bounds and drop the ball. They are going to be pushed out by Christina Spanthanas. That was yet again a great play from Marblehead, as they were able to get quite far up, making that previous penalty on them basically not matter anymore. But it was also a great play from Swampscott, as if they were able to get their out. If Sventhanis was not there, she would have kept running.
Another flag against the Magicians. That'll send them back another 5 or 10 yards. Mistakes are costing them dearly. It is 3rd down. Or actually maybe 2nd down. They might not have counted that as a loss of down. Very confusing on how some penalties do, some penalties don't. 2nd and a mile. 28 yards, I believe.
That is crazy. Marblehead may not be able to recover from this. Flag is pulled. Flag is going to be pulled by Samantha Damati. They maybe made 4 yards.
Right now, if you're Marblehead, this drive is looking like a shutout. You're up 2 scores, so you can just run the ball here, waste as much time as you need. Big Blue already called the timeout. They are looking like they can take it home. 7.5 minutes and counting. Big Blue did use a timeout on their confusion play. Just keep running the ball, keep running it down, give Swampscott as little time as possible if they do get another drive after this play.
As the ball's been hiked, it's going to be another run to the left side of the field. Flag pulled.
It was a big gain, not big enough for a 1st down.
Flag pulled by Nena Alves. As that was a great play from Marblehead, as they now are within enough to possibly, if they wanted to, keep going, or if they wanted to punt, they can do that as well.
Definitely a difficult decision. You got the momentum on last play. You could go for it. You're not in awful territory if you don't get it. With the momentum, 4th down and 6. Or you could go for a punt, up 2 scores, let the Big Blue do whatever they want next drive, get the ball back and run it down.
They have chosen the punt.
A kickoff return would be deadly here.
As the ball is going to be picked up by Nena Alves.
Flags thrown immediately. Marblehead have been doing this all half.
For the first time, Marblehead is going to be convicted and found guilty of tackling.
It's definitely not the first time, Joe. It's been happening all half. Marblehead have been struggling. They're showing their frustration against the Big Blue in an illegal manner. Let's see, because they've been doing it. Referees are having discussion. This could really come back to bite them.
When I said first time, I meant first time they've been given a punishment for it, as previous times, not even a flag was thrown.
They've been punished a few times. Swampscott, it's been definitely a factor. Let's see if we could have, if this keeps going at this rate, it could be a bad penalty for Marblehead.
This could also give Swampscott more wiggle room to be able to score. But right now, Swampscott's guaranteed score that they would be getting is an 18 if they were to get a touchdown, which would still be 3 away. And if with a 2-point conversion, that brings them up to 20. 1 point off tying.
Referees having a word with both their coaches. This does not look good for Marblehead.
This is going to be taking a while.
Clock is stopped, 6.5 minutes left, approximately. Another word with the Marblehead head coach. Referees really taking their time with this. not a happy game for either coaches, by this officiating crew. Taking time to make calls, making both sides would say incorrect calls, not taking control of the game, but we are back underway.
As the ball's going to be hiked, it's going to be ran immediately, as that was definitely some sort of holding.
The flag was
thrown.
pulled all the way back along with her jersey, and I would have guessed that was a holding call. She held onto the jersey, and because of the jersey hold, the flag was pulled.
As we were actually able to just see Chloe Puzo talking to her coach about that, as she went up to them and asked them if it was a holding call. Many players on the field and in the stands had witnessed it, as that still was a pretty good run for Yanilis Pizarro.
Gain of about 3 yards, 2nd and 7, Big Blue fighting.
We're going to line up yet again here. I think Marblehead might have exhausted themselves in the first half.
Delayed handoff.
As their flag is going to be pulled in the back line, and they're going to be going backyards. As this is definitely not the best for either team right now, seeing as how they keep moving back and forward. We're going to be seeing Cece O'Connor come off the field, as is 3rd and 13. Sorry, Paul.
Do or die here if you're Swampscott.
As they're going to be running the ball immediately. We were able to see Madeline Goldman make it some ways away, about halfway, right basically on the 50-yard line.
So that'll be 4th down and short.
It's going to be 4th and 5. Will they go for it?
It might be a little closer than that, surely. Oh, I guess not.
Might be 4th and 4.
It will be 4th and 4. Referee's not very generous with the spot there. Let's see what they can do. If they don't get this, it is likely over. Let's see.
Swampscott's going to be going for it.
No choice here. 4th down territory all the way down the field. They've used 1 timeout already.
Flag is going to be pulled. Puzo isn't going to make it far because the flag was pulled almost immediately by Ramona Gillette.
And Marblehead celebrating. They did not look like the same the second half, but it looks like they will hold on.
Not the best here for Swampscott. It's going to be a turnover on downs. The defense is going to be coming out.
Defense needs to stop here.
I mean, I guess desperate time called for desperate measures, as they had to move there.
As they could, in flag football, I do believe if you take the ball out of someone's hands, I believe it does switch possession. Could go for some strip attempts, potentially. So you don't have the time to let them get a good drive going. You just don't.
Possibly, but I don't know if they'll be able to do that, because usually when strips happen, it's similar to a tackle. You have to get your arms around the player.
Delayed toss.
Flag pulled, and it's going to be a loss of 1 yard for 2nd and 11.
3 minutes, not much time here for your Swampscott.
I don't think Swampscott will be able to recover from this, but they might be able to score 1 more touchdown.
Even if they do, it's still a 2-possession game. It is looking like it is over.
So the ball's going to be round and round a bunch of places. Flag's going to be pulled, and it's going to be only a gain of, I do believe, 5-6 yards on the carry.
It's going to be 3rd and short. Timeout, Swampscott. That is their 2nd. They'll regroup, third down, get a stop here, get the ball back, get a touchdown, onside kick. It's looking like a stretch, but Swampscott have done crazier things.
Light is the brightest in the darkest of times. Swampscott may be able to recover this somehow. There's always a possibility, as we'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, check the 50-50 tickets. This is the 50-50 raffle for River Walker. Winning ticket number is 037341. 037341.
And we're going to be back as they're going to be taking their positions on the field after that timeout. 2 minutes and 31 seconds left in this final quarter. I think this might be the end.
The first down here would do it. Flag thrown for another time.
Holding against Marblehead.
That is the first time we've seen that this drive, or in the past 2 drives. Probably should have been the 3rd or 4th if you're a Swampscott fan. Not happy with a few of the other calls. 2.5 minutes left in the game.
As Marblehead needs to figure out a game plan here. It's going to be 3rd and 11 for Marblehead. As the ball's going to be up quickly. Number 19 making her way up. It's insane. Sierra Laneberry is going to make it all the way for another touchdown for Marblehead. No one was able to stop her. She was like a storm without any boundaries, making her whole way across.
And that will seal the game, most likely.
So triumphant in her win.
First touchdown of the half for Marblehead.
As they're going to go for the PAT here. If they wanted, they could completely miss it on purpose, and it still would be able to secure them the win.
For fun here, kick is up and good.
It's going to be called good by the refs, as Paul had just said. And I think this is going to be the very end of Swampscott. They did worse than last year based on record, seeing as how they got 28 as the score for Marblehead. And they currently have 12.
Not a good look here for Swampscott in the Powderpuff game, but they have Fenway to look forward to, which we will be live streaming here on Big Blue Athletics, where the Swampscott Big Blue boys varsity team take on the Magicians for bragging rights, as it has been a one-sided streak for Marblehead, with the Big Blue have one of their best chances. They will be facing Fairhaven tonight, and if they win, they will be going to Gillette for the Super Bowl. So we wish the boys luck tonight, hoping for a good win, and that will be covered as well for Just the boys, as they did win the 2021 Super Bowl, and they can run it. But the kick is up for this game.
That is a great punt there, as we're going to be seeing taking it down the line. That was 100% illegal actions there from number 17, and Swampscott fighting back, gets a flag called on them. That's going to be Elise Birchfield starting the illegalities without the ref seeing. And then continuing them is going to be, I do believe that is going to be number 9, Sophie Robinson. Sorry, number 9, that is going to be, wait. I know who the player is, I'm just trying to find the number to be exact. I know it was Avery Laundrie, but there are 2 number 9s on the roster. There's an 09 and a number 9.
9 and a 9, as that is doubled up out of numbers.
As they're going to be grouping up here for a purpose I don't understand. We're going to be getting right back into it pretty soon. As they're going to be taking their stances once again. We're going to be seeing Ina Miranda Escalante.
Wide open gap.
It's going to be a huge run for Yenny Ellis Pizarro, but her flag is going to be pulled around the 50-yard line. I didn't realize how much little time we had left. There's only 48 seconds left in the game.
Swampscott looking for a miracle, down 2 scores, touchdown, 2-point onside kick, touchdown, 2-point. Would be a dream scenario for the Big Blue. Let's see if it can happen.
With those 48 seconds left, Swampscott's not going to be able to do much, but they're going to try to, as they're going to hand it off to Yenny Ellis Pizarro again, just for her flag to be stripped away by the 3rd player she runs into.
She wants a holding call. And that will be the last timeout for the Big Blue.
It is going to be a practically useless timeout, as there's not much they can really do here with only half a minute left.
Ladies and gentlemen, the beginning number for locker basket number 2, 541-185. 541-185. The winning number for locker basket number 3, 541-043. 541-043.
Players going to come back onto the field again, possibly for the final time tonight. ball's going to be hiked yet again and given over to Puzo. Dropped. After they try to do multiple handoffs.
These drops have just keep coming back to bite the Big Blue. Mistakes have really cost them this game. 15 seconds, no timeouts for the Big Blue. Could go for one last play for fun. They take one more play.
As Marblehead was counting it down like it was New Year's.
As the Marblehead side run onto the field before the game ended. That will be a flag right there. Not sure if they get one more play.
I don't believe so. If they do, they could.
They should if it was a legal interference.
There was a red flag. Which had belonged to one of the players on the sidelines, which had got taken out. They are going to be able to do one more play, so this could end on 18-28. Marblehead already knows that they've won this game, and Swampscott knows it as well. With 0 seconds on the clock, this final play might be pointless.
One last play, trying to end it on a good note.
Flag almost pulled.
Bulldogs! The flag will be pulled, and that will do it.
CC O'Connor on the carry, making 20 yards on the carry. That was the final play of the game, I do believe. And that is going to be the end of the game. 28 Marblehead, 12 Swampscott. That is going to be it from me, your announcer, Joseph Blood, and my friend Paul over here. Make sure to check us out on Instagram at Swampscott_TV so you never miss any updates about any incoming live stream. And also make sure to like and subscribe. And make sure you turn on notifications so you never miss a live stream as well. Thank you. Have a nice rest of your day.
Make sure to also catch us we will be streaming the Fenway game where the boys will be taking on the football team. Powderpuff may have not come out the way the Big Blue are hoping, but they have their best chance to win. I believe it's on the November 27th we'll be streaming, if I'm not mistaken. But make sure to tune in, turn on notifications so you don't miss that game, and we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.